Hi, Elizabeth. This is actually a really great question. So doing the residuals for each one of the x variables here actually requires a bit of a workaround in StatCrunch because your multivariable regression won't do it for you. It'll plot the residuals for the y value, which in this case is wind chill, but it won't plot the residuals against each one of the x values for you. So here's the workaround. So first let's open this in StatCrunch. And here we go. So here's our data. Now one thing you can also do here, I don't know if you know this, sometimes it helps because I hate having to move this back and forth, especially when I want to check these graphs. You can open this in a new tab. Now don't get worried if this stuff doesn't like appear. What you can do here, oh, what did it do? It didn't want to come. Okay, let's try that again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Try it again. There's StatCrunch. I wanted to open it in a new window. There it goes. And I get the problems over here on the other side. So this was 14.3.25. So I'll bring my data up here. Now you don't have to do that. You can just work around it there, but then you can actually click back and forth. And it actually gives me my headings here, which is kind of nice. So first I'm going to run that multilinear regression, or multivariable regression. So we go to stat, regression, and we need multiple linear. Our y value is the wind chill, correct? And then your x values are air temp and wind speed. Oops, hold down my shift button there. Okay, now the workaround here is that what we're going to do is we're going to save the residuals. So I want to save the residuals and it will create a new column for me right here in StatCrunch. So I'm going to compute. And you can see that you get the same answer that you did for your actual regression here. So you did a great job there. And now I'm just going to minimize this a little. I'll go over here if I need it again. So if you ever want to call those back up, you can go to your hidden results and click it again. You can see now I have the residuals here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a scatter plot that has the variables that I want. So I'm going to do air temp against the residuals, and then I'll make one for wind speed against the residuals. And again, that's a little bit of a workaround. So we're going to do graph. It's been a long day. Scatter plot, and we're going to make our x variable air temp and our y variable residuals. And then we can click compute. And now you have a pretty good, picture of what the residual plot should look like. So now if I go back here, I'm looking for two little ones together, on the side. Looks like it's at like -15 right around -1 and +15 right around -1. And then I have a nice point to look for at the 0, -1-ish, a little less, and greater than 3. So as you can kind of look through, I'm like, oh, that one doesn't have that high point. See you later. Let's see this one. Nope, that is nothing over here. I got this one. And these guys are supposed to be lower together, and they're not. And I've got this one that looks pretty good. Okay, so that looks fairly good there. That looks like what I had before, right? So if I kind of click back, it looks pretty similar. Okay, so there's that one. And then I can do graph, scatter plot, and this time I want to plot wind speed against the residuals and click compute. So let's see here. I have this kind of weird U-y shape happening, which kind of is good. So I have some that are very close to the bottom here, right around 25-ish. So let's see what that's going to look like. Here's that U shape. So I'm thinking it's going to be this one. Let's just check. And yay, there we go. So yeah, that's a little workaround. Again, your multilinear regression, your multivariable regression, will, if you want to, again, you can edit this. It will do residuals, but only for the wind chill itself, the y value. So it'll do y value versus predicted, and then you can key over and you have that residual plot, but it won't do it for the individuals. So workaround, find your residuals, save them when you do that multilinear regression, and then you can plot your scatter plot and check out that shape. Let me know if you have any more questions.